Hello everyone and welcome to SpartanGaming and my playthrough of Sherlock Holmes versus Arsene Lupin. Or the other name is Sherlock Holmes' Nemesis, I think. Don't know why it's got two names. Very confusing. But who knows? Arsene Lupin versus Arsene Lupin sounds cooler than Nemesis anyway, so there we go. Anyway, this game came out, I think this game came out about 2007, I'm gonna say. About 2007-ish. Okay, if you watch my my Sherlock Holmes versus Jack the Ripper sort of thing, I think it's called that. I can't really remember now. It's the same, basically the same game, same animations, same graphics, same everything, same voices. It's just instead of chasing after a psychotic, murdering asshole, you're chasing after a French bastard instead. Because yeah, I think Arsene Lupin was a thief, wasn't he, or something? I don't know. I'm not versed in my French. But yeah, I'm gonna click new game. We'll talk more as the game walks us through 21-221. This basically tells you how to move. I don't think it's... Yeah, this game is stupidly more difficult. This game came out like 2 years, I think it was 2 years before Jack the Ripper came out. Look, this kid with a stupid hopscotch animation and his dumbass walk, wait for it. That dumbass walk right there, that is exactly the same animation from the Sherlock Holmes game. Everything is exactly the same. It's like they didn't change anything. This game came out, I think this game came out 2 years before Jack the Ripper, so I think it was about 2 years. Don't quote me on that, but yeah. So instead of like being in the shithole that is Whitechapel, you're in the posh part of London. You know, there's no tramps and whores on the streets. It's just ladies and gents. See? Watch this. There's the guy in the hat on the left-hand side. That motherfucker was stalking me in Jack the Ripper. Look at this kid's animation. Look how choppy it looks. Look at his dumbass head. That guy with a cane, he was stalking me when I played Jack the Ripper. Everywhere I went, he was there. It was funny as hell. But same, I do like how it's the same. It's nice. It's just a different story.
It looks to be the beginning of a lovely day, Holmes. There's nothing like beginning the week with a sunny Monday, with nothing more pressing to do than to see what came in the post. Would you care to take a ride up the Thames today?
I think not, Watson.
Listen, Holmes, your mood has been getting progressively worse for the past 2 weeks. I know you, and I am certain that something is bothering you. It wouldn't be bad news from Switzerland, would it?
We would already be on a boat heading towards the continent were that the case, my dear Watson.
Very well, then, what is it? Let me guess. For the past 2 weeks, the papers have talked of nothing other than this French thief, Arsene Lupin. He's been making all of the police officers on the continent look like complete idiots.
It's not hard, is it?
Obvious pleasure out of reading these articles.
My dear Watson.
I've put my finger on it, haven't I? I know you well. Something tells me that you will not entertain talk of this Lupin for some time. Do you recall his latest feat? Using an alias, he seduced a young Italian princess in order to rob her of a priceless set of diamond jewellery that once belonged to the Medici. These jewels were to be part of the lady's dowry on the occasion of her marriage to the son of a wealthy, influential Sicilian. Finally, our friend, having committed his crime, left word for the local press explaining that there was no other way for the charming lass to escape a marriage of convenience with, I quote, an uncultivated and uncouth boor without the least refinement. Since then, the lady has been confined to a convent, and rumour has it that the two outraged fathers have jointly offered a sum of countless millions of liras for the head, the rest of the body being optional, of the man who is responsible for their dishonour. Are you acquainted with the reputation of the Italian criminal milieu? Why, another letter from the zoo about those missing birds, as if we were going to be running around the whole of London chasing chickens. As I was saying, are you acquainted with the reputation of the Italian criminal milieu? This Arsene Lupin must be in hiding somewhere, surrounded by bottles of champagne and stolen treasures. How foolhardy and arrogant. Oh, these French. However, he didn't pursue this foolishness to the point of risking stepping onto British soil.
Has the cat got your tongue, Watson? What? Whatever is the matter with you, Watson? Pray tell.
This letter on the table. Holmes, read it.
So yeah, that was like 5 minutes. My God, I'm listening to Watson. My God, so this should be the same. If you press Control, it should, yeah. But I'm in first person now. I prefer to play the game like this. So if it bothers you, you have to go somewhere else because I ain't changing the bloody viewpoint. The game's a lot easier to play than it is clicking around. Clicking around is just I don't like the way the camera always shifts. You can also click R as well because of reasons. As if you need like, pretty sure there's like 3 ways to change your camera. Yeah, Control is the same. R is the same, and I think there's another button. I can't remember which one it is. You can also press space, which highlights points of interest. Obviously, the hand means to interact. Speech bubble means to talk to. Is there anything else? Yeah, pressing Control caps locks lets you sprint. I think you can also hold Shift. Yeah. Classic first person type controls. That's right. This game is much harder. Like some may say, this is like one of the hardest Sherlock Holmes games. It is to me. This game is bollocks hard. Like you just spend a lot of time reading, and I mean a lot of time reading. And some of the puzzles you get are so obtruse that you're just like, what? And you also have to type answers as well because they thought that was a good idea. You have to physically type answers. See, that was removed. Like a lot of the stuff that is in this game, such as I think if I press, they don't have it yet. Oh no, here we go. Hints. This button right on the bottom right corner. This didn't exist in the Jack the Ripper game. I wonder if they added. I'm trying to think. Like they added this because this game was very hard. Like the Jack the Ripper one, it wasn't hard. It was just an interesting adventure game. This one is just like a really hard puzzle. So yeah, you click on this. Can I die in this game? No. Try all you like, Sherlock. Maybe as verbose as he likes and whatnot, as infuriating, but no, you cannot die. So yeah, you can like skip through all these. I wouldn't recommend clicking on a lot of these because it ruin. Like it obviously it ruins a lot of the of what to do. But to be honest, this game as with the Jack the Ripper game, if you don't listen to what you need to do, there's no way to tell what to do or where to go. So this is where the hints things comes into play. It's very good because there's a later there's puzzles that were just like it's maths. There's a puzzle where you have to do maths, and it's just like this. Screw that noise. I'm playing video games. I don't want to have to use my brain. But yeah, as you can see, the game is basically exactly the same as the Jack the Ripper one. Same menus, same dialogues, everything. Which is not a bad thing. But anyway, let's click on said note. Oh God, look how much text he wants us to read. I'm not reading on this, by the way. This is just, it angers me that he wrote his name here instead of on the left-hand side. Don't know why that pisses me off so much. Do I need to read all this? The only thing you need to know is this puzzle. All across France, everyone knows in the Blind Kingdom, you only need one eye for the crown. You treat us like blind men. It shows 'twas one eye, one arm man who brought us down. Yeah, so this like puzzle plays into the into what you need to do. But yeah, all this love letter. It's just so much text. This is what the game has too much of. You spend so much time reading all these pointless notes. I mean, I guess if you like reading. I mean, I don't really. I know for a fact that none of this text means nothing. This is basically just Arsene Lupin's flating his own ego by writing a really long letter. Does this even say anything good? The whole world knows that you, people of Her Most Gracious Majesty, do not produce or even discern any manifestation. Yeah, I'm not reading that crap. If you want to read it, there's the first page. Please pause and read it at your own perusal. There's the second page of a massive wall of text. That's the third page. Bloody hell. I've already forgot what number I'm on. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4 page. And then 5. Yeah, so page 5 and 6 is the only ones you need to worry about. And then you just wait for this.
Holmes, this is truly
so much text.
Surely this cannot be taken seriously.
It's possible, Watson, that this letter is nothing but a prank. However, a small chance exists that both the challenge and the threat are real.
What will you do?
First, I'm going to enjoy the breakfast Mrs. Hudson has prepared. If you would be so good, Watson, as to clarify some of the riddles in the letter. Firstly, if Arsene Lupin is actually the author, as he states, why does he sign with another name? When it comes to the poem, even if an answer seems straightforward, we must be quite certain. What would the target of tonight's theft be if this letter turns out to be accurate? We have one day to find the solution and to take preventative measures. You could go see Barnes, the bookstore in Glentworth Street. Surely they'll have something that will be informative.
And that's what we need to do. Now I'm controlling Watson. Watson! So yeah, if you go into your right click, it brings up your menu. Documents, if you want to reread that letter, please, as I said, do it in your own time, because there's no one in hell I've reading on that for you. Look, I love all of you. You're like my brothers and sisters. But I just don't have the patience to read all this. Like I said, the only thing you need to really be concerned about is the end, is this poem. Everything else is just Arseno Lotinho. That's just his, yeah, he does leave you a lot of bloody messages. Is obsessed with, like, taunting Sherlock. It's so weird. Like, in any other game, he would obviously be trying to court him. But yeah, as we can, yeah, you can walk around in the old London if you need to. There's not anything you can do outside of following the main story. There's nothing, there's no like side quest. This game's not an open world game. You just have to do this story. But, you know, it's nice, like, there's people walking around and there's not just, like, pissed up people in the streets and prostitutes asking you for money for some services. Yeah, if you remember, we went into Barnes' bookseller, in Jack the Ripper. We came in and it was all it was in a shambles, and we had to put numbers on the pillars. I remember that because it was like, it was terrifying because I hated that puzzle and I did it straight away, which is very weird.
Barnes should hire a cleaning lady. Oh, what a mess!
Or a cleaning man. You sexist shit. Men can clean as well, Watson. I mean, obviously in those days, men were like, oh, we work. You know, the 1800s.
𝘨𝘮𝘮𝘪𝘳𝘡.
That guy's absolutely shit-faced. Are you trying to summon Cthulhu, mate? Because that's what it looks like to me. I think if you play The Awakened before you play this game, pretty sure that's what it's doing. Because that sounded Lovecraftian to me. That book looks suspicious. Anyway. Barnes?
Good day, Barnes.
The hell are you doing, dude?
Hello, Dr. Watson. How are you? I didn't hear you enter.
Are you busy? Am I disturbing you?
Not at all. I was researching, but if you came to see me, it must be that you're looking for something specific. Perhaps I can help you?
He's acting as if someone just caught him reading a porn mag. That's definitely the voice of somebody who's caught having a John Shandy under the counter. It's a strange affair, Mr. Barnes.
Very strange.
Very strange.
Bewildering even has brought me to see you. An affair involving a Spanish cape and a one-eyed, one-armed man.
Most certainly. You will find the works dealing with naval history on one of the shelves somewhere.
Thanks for stating the obvious. It's on one of the shelves.
I'll go look.
You know, can't you be more specific? It's on one of the shelves. So, looking around in this game is not too difficult to find stuff. Sometimes it can be very difficult to find what you're looking for. So that's where the space bar comes into play. So pressing space reveals, like I said, hotspots. And it is that book. That's why that book looks suspicious. Here it is. So the part of the puzzle we are following is one-eyed, one-armed. All across France, everyone knows. In the blind kingdom, you only need one eye for the crown. Spanish capes, the detestable pride that hangs around you like drapes. Our suffering makes you snide. I mean, we are a bunch of arrogant assholes in England. I'm fucking proud of it, to be honest. But yeah, I think this is the part we're looking for.
Ah, here's my book, The Great English Sailors. As it happens, I found this book and...
Excuse me, my dear Dr. Watson, but I am in need of tranquility.
Well, farewell, Barnes.
Okay, get to summoning Cthulhu and then regret it when he starts haunting your dreams. You dumbass. So, I think you can fast travel. Yeah, you can. Where's the guy with the cane? Damn it. Anyway, let's have a look at that book, shall we? Items, reports, documents. Oh, here it is. So this is to do with Horatio Nelson. So this is the information we need. Let's have a look. This is to do with if you captured Naples or Nepal from revolutionaries. Duke of Bront, or Bronte. The death of this unrivaled seaman, who was already given his body in service of the country. He had one arm amputated and lost sight in an eye. That is some commitment right there. Can't you having your arm amputated in the 1700s? No anesthetic. It's just bone sore and bite hard, but make sure you put stuff in his mouth so it doesn't bite through his tongue. My God. How he didn't die of, like, blood poisoning or sepsis is crazy. Like, losing an eye in those days. Can you imagine it? Good Lord. He died triumphing over the Admiral something during the Battle of Trafalgar. That's nice. It's information you don't really need to know. Are you interested in naval battles? I'm not. This game does add a lot of like I said, this game it's so text heavy. I think that's why a lot of people bounced off it, is because you need, like, you have to read through all this, and you don't have to read through like Arsene's fucking threat, but he does like to listen to himself speak. He really does. Like, he's the type of person that you just want to cut his tongue out so he never has to, and cut his fingers off so he can't use a pen, obviously. But yeah, so this is what happens in these games from now on. You would talk to Sherlock.
Now tell me, Watson, what progress have you made? Have you found the meaning of the mysterious signature?
And then you have to physically type, or you can use the keyboard thing down here to give Holmes an answer. Some of these is just stupidly difficult. Like, I always find it very difficult because I'm a dumbass. But, you know, some people might like this. Like, they never added this in any of the Sherlock Holmes games. I wonder if it's because of the language barrier. Like, typing a word in English might not translate it to the same in another language. Or maybe they realized it. I don't know. But anyway, the information we need for that is in this. If we look at the threat, well, we know for a fact that one eye, one arm thing is talking about Admiral Nelson. So his real name is Horatio Nelson. His name right here, I always mistook it. Always. So we have to type in Horatio Nelson. That should be the answer, I think. God damn, it's been a while since I played this game, and I remember getting stuck and cheating a lot. Because, you know, your life's too short to care. That's weird. Keyboard wasn't working then.
It's an anagram, Holmes. The letters in Arseno Lotinho can be used to spell out
Arsene Lupin.
Horatio Nelson.
Amazing.
That's a welcome confirmation. No doubt the target for the theft is somehow connected with the Battle of Trafalgar, won by Admiral Lord Nelson at the expense of the French. Nelson, who lost an eye and an arm in battle, has a statue high atop a column in Trafalgar Square. It says that the object of the theft is sitting at his master's feet. There's nothing to steal on this column. We have a map of London here somewhere. Let's see if we can find a site of interest near Trafalgar Square.
So we're looking for a map of London. Again, pressing space lets you see points of interest.
Ha! I found it at last. The map of London.
So, according to you, what is there to steal in Trafalgar Square? Show me on the map, Watson.
So we have to physically go into the map, click on the map of London, looking for Trafalgar Square. I don't know the map of London, so I don't know what part of London it wants me to look in. Maybe the central. There it is, Trafalgar Square, the National Gallery of Painting.
The only location visible is the National Gallery of Painting, which faces the column.
Why not? Our man wants to steal a painting, but which one? Watson, shall we head out? Let's take a tour of the National Gallery. While you find us a hansom, I'll send a message to Lestrade to have him join us.
Handsome. That's basically a taxi, isn't it? You have to find a hansom. There should be one right outside, because it's convenient. There it is. Right, chap.
Ah, Lamb, good timing.
Lamb.
I'll give myself and my friend Sherlock a lift.
With pleasure, Dr. Watson. The mistress, Miss Bromsby, gave me the day off. I'll wait for you.
Yeah. Oi, oi, Watson? Where are we?
Good afternoon, gentlemen, and welcome to the National Gallery of Painting. As it's such a lovely day outside, you're the only visitors at the moment, and likely will be for the whole day. as the minimum number of people for a guided tour is...
We're not here to visit the museum, young man. My name is Sherlock Holmes, and this is my friend and colleague, Dr. Watson.
Sherlock Holmes? The famous detective?
Indeed, I have reason to believe that a theft is being planned that will take place here, perhaps as early as today.
A robbery?
I'm not certain, but there is a good reason to believe that is the case. We have contacted Inspector Lestrade at Scotland Yard, and he should be joining us momentarily. Meanwhile, rest assured that we are here in an official capacity. In the meantime, you can certainly help us. One of the paintings will play a part in the matter, but I don't yet know exactly which one. I do, however, have a few clues that should tell something to a specialist like yourself.
Ah, yes, of course. As it happens, I've only been working here for 3 days. Actually, I'm an apprentice, and my duties here are essentially administrative.
Okay. Don't know why you need to be an apprentice to be someone that works in a museum.
Pray tell, would I be correct in deducing that the elder of the two men that we can see up there is the director of the museum?
Yes, that is Sir Pointer. He could certainly assist you better than I, but at the moment he's terribly occupied and will be for some time.
But the location that you are proposing is unworthy of my work. All of my pieces are hymns to color and light. It's the very stars,
I love his pocket.
the sun that you want to extinguish.
Please understand, dear sir, the entrance...
Yeah, look at his
hall is
pocket.
reserved for
There's
temporary
no
exhibitions.
3Dness to any of the
We are
shapes in
able
it.
to
It's
add
just
more
flat.
lighting.
It looks weird.
In that case, you would have to provide lanterns across the whole length of the ceiling, and to use the most refined oil possible. Definitely not gas. And mirrors to reflect the light, along with some canvases in basic colors to bring out the contrasts.
We will do all that we possibly can.
Nevertheless, I insist that a number of my works must be on the main floor next to the large pieces.
But our rooms are already full, and, as you know, each has its specific subject. Too much modernism?
How can there be too much modernism? Modernism doesn't exist. Only art exists. Art is timeless. Art is cosmic.
Well, sir, perhaps we should continue this conversation in my office.
Why did you knock the plant over yet, asshole? I never liked the fact that they displayed that guy right there. Because... You know, I'm not going to say anything.
Then you must certainly have a ledger of the works that are shown in the museum, with a description of each painting.
Yes, Sir Pointer entrusted it to my care this morning so I could familiarize myself with the collection, but I lost it. I know I make a rather feeble archivist, but while I was doing a tour of the museum, the painting that Mr. Pointer is now dealing with arrived, along with cases full of canvases that he had to quickly inventory.
The case of the missing ledger. What do you make of it, Watson? Listen, Mr.
Palinur, sir.
Palinur, my friend and I will make our way through the museum in order to find the ledger. If you lost it while touring the museum and it wasn't back on the desk, then it must be in one of the galleries. Stay here and we will return to see you when we have found it, and not a word of it to the director.
Certainly, sir. With many thanks. I will continue to do my inventory and await you.
Tell me, young man, would you happen to have a blueprint of the building in order to facilitate the task at hand?
Ah, yes. Where did I put it? Oh, yes, here it is.
Farewell, Palinur.
So he should have gave us a map. Yeah. A lot of travel in this bloody gallery. Some may say too much. So yeah, I'm gonna mark this as a spoiler. So if you don't want to, like, yeah, if you don't want any spoilers or anything, I might advise you just to, you know, just mute for a second. I'm gonna talk about the guy that the other dude was talking to. So, as I said, spoiler. When I first played this game, as soon as you walk into this museum and you find the director talking to a French guy, what is the first thing that you think of when you are looking for a French thief called Arsene Lupin? You're introduced to a French painter and you're looking for a French thief. It was so obvious and on the nose that it kind of pisses me off. Because as a player, I know for a fact that that French painter, air quotes, is Arsene Lupin. It was so obvious and so on the nose that it's like, did they do that expecting people not to notice, or was it done on purpose? I don't know. But yeah, that's, as I said, I first played this game, I instantly knew who that was. And I can almost guarantee that everyone who's played this game probably thought the same. But yeah, there's a spoiler. It's not really a spoiler, is it? When you were counting, when you were talking about the obvious. But yeah, I don't know how I knocked this plant over though. Prick.
The painter who was conversing with the director has such character, to the point of taking some of it out on this poor plant.
Dude, his accent was absolute dog shit. He was too close to the mic, so he kept using it, kept peeing it up because of reasons. And it was like, it sounded a mix between American and then French. It was very weird. I don't know why they didn't just get a French dude to voice a French dude. Who knows? There's the ledger.
There, it seems that we've found the famous ledger. It's written in shorthand, and there are hundreds of entries.
Oh,
Let's
God.
go to the archivist.
The archivist. You can click on all these paintings.
A portrait, Madame 𝘨𝘮𝘮𝘮, by Ingres, who is also a violinist on the side, like myself.
Yeah. If you want to know about art or fart work, then, you know, you can click on all these paintings. That's a lot of information. Oh, look at that painting. It's massive. Look at that guy. He looks like Hugh Jackman. Amazing. And he is just like, that is the face of somebody who just does not care. She's got the same face as this dude. Amazing. Like, this painting, obviously, they are sniffing this guy's feet. Is that supposed to be a person? It looks like kind of like a dog with a human head. How creepy. Hold on, what's this painting called?
The Lamentation of the Dead Christ, by 𝘱𝘩𝘮𝑒𝘮𝑒𝑅,
Oh.
a Tenebrist painter.
It's supposed to be Jesus. Just go and looking at all these paintings. Oh, look how creepy these fuckers look. People actually like these paintings. They're fucking hideous, aren't they? Nice ass. Nice booty shot. Let's give the ledger to this dude.
Yes, Mr. Holmes?
Here's your ledger, you stupid dumbass. How did you lose it? You've only been working here 3 days, mate. It's like you want to be fired.
Here is your ledger, my friend.
You found it! Many thanks. You won't say anything to Sir Pointer.
Rest assured, are you familiar with how the entries are written? Everything seems to be abbreviated.
I understand how to locate a thematic group and how to read a description, but I am struggling with the location codes.
It's better than nothing at the moment. We're searching for a painting that has a connection to the Battle of Trafalgar.
Depicting what exactly?
According to this poem, it could be...
And then we have to type what it is. Another one. This was not too difficult. What does the painting depict? So if we go to this Battle of Trafalgar is a naval battle. So I think you can either type in ship or boat. So we're gonna type in a boat.
Yes, Mr. Holmes?
Oh, it was right.
It might refer to a boat. Its master was Admiral Nelson. and
Admiral
he wanted to
Nelson.
run it aground. Moreover, the boat would have a French name.
Wait, I have a suggestion. A very popular painting, symbolic even, The Fighting Temeraire. A Turner. In this painting, Turner is described as having mastered painting techniques, and it is one of the most beautiful English paintings of all time. The subject, a boat by the French name of 𝘨𝑚𝑒𝑟𝑒, was involved in the Battle of Trafalgar and distinguished itself by protecting Victory, the flagship on board which was...
Victory, did you say?
Yes, Admiral Nelson was on board. 𝘨𝑚𝑒𝑟𝑒 received a special distinction, but I am not certain of which. The painting shows it being towed to the breaker's yard, I believe.
Where would I find it?
I don't know. You would have to search through the English works of this century near the west section of the gallery.
Well,
My thanks, Palinor. Come, Watson, let's take a look at the painting.
this guy's an amazing person at his job, isn't he? So you can run around and everything, but I always prefer to fast travel, because if you look on the fast travel points, tell you what gallery it is. Italian, Flemish, Dutch, English, French, Spanish, Director's Office, and German, and no admittance to public. So English. Pretty sure it's I think if you press space, yeah, you can look at all of these pictures. It's crazy. I think it's here. Yeah.
Here's what I've been looking for.
As if that counts as mastered painting. Bob Ross can do a better painting than this. Look at it. It's like they've not even tried. As if people find that interesting to look at. It's just smudge. Looks like there's a ghost ship in the background. Creepy.
Fighting 𝘨𝑚𝑒𝑟𝑒. Splendid. What do you think?
I agree, it's splendid. The existence of this painting would seem to give credit to this whole affair.
As long as this painting remains on this wall, this letter, even if it is eloquent and provocative, is nothing more than a letter. It is possible that all of this could be a hoax with no substance whatsoever. We will know soon enough, as the theft will have to take place tonight.
We must warn the museum's director, Holmes.
You are correct, Watson. Shall we?
Which way am we going? Director's office.
Fantastic! Superb!
There, Maestro. I believe that everything is settled.
This collaboration will be my crowning glory, my masterpiece. Merci!
I have finished the inventory of the works of art, Director. Oh, and I have the pleasure of introducing the great detective Sherlock Holmes and his companion, Dr. Watson.
Good day, gentlemen. It's with pleasure that I welcome you to our gallery. I trust that you are here for pleasure and not business?
I'm afraid that is not the case.
Oh,
When it is no longer a matter of art, the artist must make his excuses. Messieurs, until we meet again, no need to accompany me. I know the way.
my apologies, gentlemen. Have you been waiting long?
Mr. Palinor was able to answer all of our most urgent questions. Tell me, who was that man who just left?
That was Horace Valmont, a French painter. One of the best, seemingly. His letters of recommendation come from some of the grandest salons in Paris.
A Frenchman? Let's take a look, Watson.
Yes, he's very avant-garde. He heard that we were showing the works of modern painters during our temporary exhibitions. He has loaned us a number of paintings and has promised to donate those that have the greatest success to the museum.
Lestrade, just in time. And the Frenchman, Watson?
Gone?
Director, this is Inspector Lestrade from Scotland Yard. Lestrade, this is the Director of the National Gallery, Sir Pointer, and his assistant, Mr. Palinor. Lestrade, would you have your constable on duty guard the entrance and make sure that nobody comes into the museum? Director, is there anything else?
No, but...
If you would care to follow me, I'll show you what the motivation behind all of this is. The reason for this little gathering is this letter that I received at my lodgings this morning. Without getting into too much detail, it claims that this painting, the Fighting Temeraire, will be stolen tonight.
Pardon?
There now. It's because of a letter that you've disturbed me? You believe that?
I would never have taken the liberty to disturb you if this letter, the authenticity of which I must admit hasn't been completely confirmed, was not written by the one and only Arsene Lupin.
Arsene Lupin?
Arsene Lupin?
Arsenal? Who? Lou? What?
Arsene Lupin, the most wanted cat burglar in the world. We will know soon enough whether or not this letter is a fake, or if I had reason to disturb you, Lestrade. But you must understand that we couldn't take even the slightest chance.
Perhaps. Why not simply put this thing under lock and key in the bank or at Scotland Yard?
We cannot risk storing the painting in an improper environment or to entrust it to anyone who calls it a thing.
All that would achieve would be to shift the problem. This painting is priceless. Beware he who would harm it. What I propose, Lestrade, is to do a tour of the museum with Sir Pointer in order to check any possible points of break and entry, and leave 2 men on duty here tonight. In addition, Director, you must close the museum to the public and not let anyone else in.
If you feel it's necessary.
And you, Holmes?
I'll pass by tomorrow at dawn. We'll know then what we're up against. Should the unthinkable have occurred, I insist that nothing is touched until I arrive. Is that clear? Let's be off, Watson.
It's funny, like,
Listen,
who's the copper?
I have a lot of work to take care of. It would be better if I leave you to do a tour by yourself. You are, after all, a professional. Here are the keys to all of the locked doors. If you need me, I'll be in my office.
You just gave him the keys.
Well, I best inspect the museum to find any of Lupin's possible exits, including mice holes.
No, I'm controlling Inspector Lestrade. Even though Sherlock pronounces his name as Lestrade. Weird. I think you can click on a lot of stuff.
Nothing to report.
Nothing to report.
To report. We need a cannon to force this door down. The lock is too big to be jimmied, and I'll leave a man on duty in place. If Lupin does come, it won't be that way.
Okay.
No exits on this side. Nothing to report.
God, his voice is so odd.
It's dark in this box room. Good. No windows. Ha! There is a possible entry. If someone wanted to descend from the roof here, he'd need a lot of time, and it wouldn't be a quiet business. But I'd be wise to leave a man on duty here, and he will signal the alarm at any suspicious movement coming from the roof. Arsene Lupin. It's you and I now.
Oh, Lestrade, you have no idea. You just gotta walk through the museum.
No exits on this side. Nothing to report.
No exits from this side. Nothing to report.
No exits on this side. Nothing to report. I will make sure there are no windows, and therefore ways in. Here.
Do your work. I will draw a map for you, Inspector.
Wait for tonight. There. The director and his underling have left.
Underling.
For us to play now. It could be that this whole robbery is nothing but nonsense. If not, we're prepared. And this Lupin will play right
It's got
into
2
our
cops to watch
hands.
the whole museum.
The main door to the
Amazing.
museum, and you will be locked in. Jeffries is on duty in Trafalgar Square, and the yard is nearby. Nothing to worry about there. The doors leading in will be locked, but you will each have everything you need to open them. Stay hidden and cover your light so you cannot be seen from the roof. You, Lockhart, will be stationed near the painting itself. At the least provocation, go down to the entrance and sound the alarm. The walls are too thick, so you will have to go down for your whistle to be heard. In case of real trouble, be sure to fire with deadly accuracy, because if you even graze one of the paintings, your great-grandchildren will still be paying off your debts. Finally, you'll just have to be content with your lanterns. Gas is too expensive. Let's go, men. Keep your wits about you. You'll be relieved at 4 a.m.
But those guys didn't sign up for this, did they? 4 a.m.? Bloody hell. Where did that train come from? It just perfectly went between his legs. I don't know where the train came from. Came out of nowhere. It's supposed to be night. Why is it so light? Wow. Useless coppers, man.
Go on, you cantankerous codger. You have work to do.
Does that voice sound familiar?
You're right, Holmes. The constable below was indeed asked to deliver us a letter. It's from Lestrade.
Nothing good can come from such urgency.
Indeed, Holmes. This time, without doubt, the painting has disappeared. According to what he's written, they've turned the National Gallery upside down looking for it. Our presence is required immediately.
Well, Watson, the game is afoot.
Should we not have enlisted more men from the force to protect the painting?
I think that a whole brigade could not have stopped Lupin. And, of course, we can now be certain that it was he who was behind the theft. First and foremost, the police have a city and lives to protect, and we must respect that. Watson, a hansom will be hard to find at this hour, and Billy, our page, is sick. Would you be so good as to flag one down while I take a moment to reread this letter?
Yesterday, I was a doctor, and now I become a valet.
No, I don't even think you're a doctor, Watson. You're more like Sherlock's manservant. I still find it weird that Dr. Watson is a happily married man, yet he stays and lives with Sherlock Holmes. Where's his wife? Is she like not bothered that that her husband is shacking it up with another man?
Got a light?
No, sorry.
Is it Sherlock Holmes who lives in these digs here?
Indeed.
Know him?
I do have that honour. I have been of some assistance to him on occasion. Like locating hansoms, for instance.
I say, you're his valet. So tell me, does your master pay well then?
But I
bet you're not above winning a bob or two, am I right? Listen, my friend, word has it that your boss is going to have a right fright tonight at the Picture Museum.
How?
Shh, listen, my good man. If you want to fill your pockets, here's my card. Piers Urquhart Allen, that's my name. Independent reporter's the game. Spill the beans about his biz, and I'll pay you well. Look for me in one of the pubs round here. You can't miss me.
If Holmes finds out that the press is onto this business, he'll be in an explosive mood. Best to avoid speaking about it.
That is some fancy handwriting. Amazing.
Ah, a hansom. Now to find Holmes and make our way to the National Gallery.
You've arrived at last, Holmes. We haven't touched anything while we were waiting, except for a ladder which we needed to climb onto the roof. You must have received my message. The painting was stolen.
You did a shit job, basically. As per usual. Coppers being absolutely useless.
Did your men see anything?
To tell you the truth, barely anything. There was nothing they could do. The only thing we know for certain is there were two people of athletic build who perpetrated this crime. We don't know if the burglars stole anything other than the painting in question, as they completely redecorated the museum with the paintings of a French artist that were at the entrance to the museum. The paintings that were on the walls are now crammed in the director's office.
Do you have any idea what happened?
Well, not really. I haven't managed to figure it out. We know that the two men exited through the window in the restoration workshop, and that the second man entered through there. But the first man was already in the museum before his accomplice. Yet I had a man in the restoration workshop all yesterday afternoon, and he only left for a minute in order to hear my orders. At no time could the first man have entered through the window. We would have either seen or heard him. The men on the premises confirm they didn't see anyone pass through the entrance until the alarm was sounded, and those two are the only possibilities. How did this man get into the museum, I ask you?
When you have eliminated the impossible, Lestrade, whatever remains, however improbable, must be the truth.
And who's already in here? Come on, it's obvious now. The French guy disappeared. Watson didn't see him leave, so he stayed behind somewhere, probably in this box. He definitely hid somewhere. It's too obvious. It's so weird that Sherlock doesn't notice. Unless he does and he just doesn't say anything.
Where are the director and
Very
his
odd.
assistant?
They're both in the office. Go gently with the director. He's close to having a fit. By the way, I noticed some traces of paint or something all over. I've asked everyone to avoid trampling on them until you've had a chance to examine them.
You're making wonderful progress, Lestrade.
Yeah, good boy.
Well, I'll go question the neighbors to see if anyone might have seen a 17th century boat descend from the roof.
Watson, accompany Inspector Lestrade. Check out the roof and help out with the interrogations. Be on the lookout for the slightest detail could gain us some precious time.
You can count on me, Holmes.